Hi, hello. Welcome to this demo about MCP servers on the weilliptic platform. So in this demo, I'll be going over how one can build and deploy MCP servers on the weilliptic platform and then interact with them through any MCP host. My goal for this video is that by the end of it, we leave with the takeaway that weilliptic is indeed inarguably the simplest platform to build and deploy MCP servers in a serverless manner. In this video, I'll be going over two MCP servers, web search and GitHub. For each of them, I'll first show the list of tools that each of them provides, and then I'll deploy them and then show how any MCP host can be configured to use these MCP servers and that is leverage their tools to equip their models. Alright, so on screen you can see on the right I have the weilliptic command line interface, that is the CLI tool provided by us. And on the left you can see that it's a folder. This folder contains the web search and GitHub whale applet. Any whale applet can be thought of as a whale applet can be thought of as synonymous to an MCP server. That is, a whale applet once deployed on the platform will serve as an MCP server. So first of all, let me just show you what's the list of tools that this web search MCP server provides. Let's go inside this vidle file, websearch.vidle. This contains the interface definition for this whale applet. That is the list of the declaration of tools for this whale MCP server. So the tool over here is the search tool. That is, it will search over the web to get the results. That is web search. Now I'll build this web search whale applet, and now I'll be using my CLI to deploy this whale applet on the platform. I've already connected to the weilliptic platform. Now I just need to set up the wallet, and now I can deploy this. So this whale applet, once deployed, as I said, will serve as an MCP server, and then any MCP host can interact with it through the streaming protocol. I'll copy the address of this whale applet, and now I'll go over to my MCP host. So the MCP host I'm using right now is this Go MCP host client, but the configuration will not be much different for any other one. I'll be going inside this mcp.json file, and over here you can see I've already configured the server name as such, and I have this transport key as valued as streamable, because as I said, the MCP host will need to use the streaming protocol to interact with the deployed MCP server. And now about the URL. So the URL one needs to use to access any MCP server deployed on the whale platform is sentinel.unveil.me / the whale applet address, and then /MCP. So as I copied it over there, I'll just paste it here. Cool. So I pasted this whale applet address, and now I'll go outside and MCP host usage. It is able to connect to the search MCP server, and now I'll just ask it to say search for latest developments on quantum computing, and then summarize them for me. So you can see it's using the search tool we had over there. It's interacting with the weilliptic platform, and we have the results. It got the search results and then summarized it for us. Great, nice. So let's go back and look into the GitHub MCP server. Let me go into the GitHub weilliptic project, and now I'll go and look inside the viral file. So over here you can see the tools. There are 20 tools provided by this MCP server actually. You can see there are both read and as well as write. There is this getting issue, creating issue, listing issue, pull request, like get pull request, create pull request, creating repository, forking repository, bunch of stuff. So you can see there are a bunch of tools provided by here, right over here, and now I'll exit, and now I will deploy this MCP, this weilliptic, first building and then deploying. If you want to know how one can implement any weilliptic or MCP server, you can go into our docs, and there is a complete documentation on everything you need to get started on that. Alright, so let's deploy this weilliptic. It is successfully deployed, and now I'll copy the weilliptic address and make changes inside this JSON file. GitHub transport key as streamable, and replacing this. Okay, great. So now I'll just write this and let's connect. Alright, it's able to connect to the MCP server, and you can see there are 20 tools provided by this. Now, let me first show you what I'm going to do. So there is this repository in my personal GitHub. I'll first ask the MCP server, ask the MCP host or the model to list branches in my repository. So I'll say list all branches in repository Dockless queue and Rust by my GitHub username. So you can see it's using that list branches tool, and it has listed all the branches. Let's just confirm over here. So you can see here it has listed them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it to create a branch with name, say GitHub MCP demonstration in the repository by my username. So it's using GitHub create branch, the create branch tool. It has said the branch has been successfully created in the repository. It's a copy of the main branch and points to this commit. Okay, let's just verify whether it's actually created, and let me just reload this. You can see GitHub MCP demonstration. So it indeed is able to create a branch inside here. Just for demonstration purpose, let me just do one more. List all issues in the repository, or better, all open issues by my GitHub username. Yeah, so you can see these are the 3 issues that it says, and let's just confirm there are indeed 3 issues. These are the ones. So yeah, so you can see that it's able to do both read as well as write operations. Now this marks the end of this demo. I hope that you leave with the takeaway that I had intended for, that is, weilliptic is inarguably the simplest platform to build and deploy MCP servers in a serverless manner. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration and many more to come. Thank you.